This right here is going to be a review of my Monoqool glasses that I bought back in 2016. So yes, almost 10 years ago at this point. I pretty much use this all the time and it feels so lightweight. Now, before I get started any further, if someone is wondering what the model of this is, I don't exactly know because it doesn't say on the glasses, but the most closest thing that I could find is something called the Hayden, and I'm going to put it on the screen. Again, it's called Hayden, and it's a little bit different though because I see, like, you know, the temple arms, like this part, right? It is like very thin on that one, and this one in 2016 it's a little bit more kind of, I would say, pronounced, right? But even besides that, this color is Atlantic blue. However, besides that point, what I like about this is that this right here is 3D printed, because if you see this frame right here, right, again, it is 3D printed. Now the arms, again, they're a bit different, because even if I take a look at, for instance, right, the sustainability section of the Monoqool site, they talk about how the steel used for the temples and nose pad arms, so this right here, right, the ones that hold the nose pads, they say that they are made from 85% recycled surgical stainless steel. Now, is it exactly like that on the pair I'm wearing? I'm not sure, because this is back in 2016, but when I take a look at this right here, they do talk about that, so that's pretty interesting right there. However, yeah, I just like that right there. And again, this right here, this part, right, is 3D printed, and this one is the steel part. But again, it's just amazing design for me, at least, because it is screwless, so there's no screws. Yeah, I just like this screwless design. It is something pretty impressive to me, at least, because it just feels so light. When I wear it, I almost don't feel it. And again, I bought this back in 2016. It's even been through me through 4 years of college again. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that, but it's just pretty, you know, interesting, right? I find it pretty cool. I love this design right here. It's made in Denmark, and yeah, you know, I just like this design overall. Now, personally for me, what I like about it as well is that sometimes when I would use other brands, because, you know, like the temple arms, sometimes they don't have this grip thing at the back, like this rubberized section. What I like about this is that they actually have this so it doesn't like slip off. So for instance, if I'm just kind of like shaking my head like that, like, it doesn't come loose. Some other glasses out there that I use, it would come down like that, right? It would just come down like that. So I like this part, and what I've realized is that I actually can like replace this thing. I can just pull it out if need be, but I haven't had to, and that's a testament actually, because again, for almost 10 years now, never replaced this rubberized section at all. You know, it's really cool. I mean, I had some other glasses out there, and after a while, the rubberized section, it would kind of become like brittle a little bit, but this one, no, you know, it still feels very amazing to me. It's amazing grip right here. I had some friends out there who bought, like, you know, some glasses, and they had to put some kind of rubberized attachment at the back that they got on Amazon or something like that to kind of prevent it from, you know, sliding forward like that, right? Like sliding the glass forward when they're looking down. But this one, I haven't, you know, needed to do that. So I do like that. Again, this is really right here, I think, the epitome of glasses for me. I like it a lot. I just think it's so awesome. It's incredible for me. I mean, I remember when I went to, you know, the store, right, to look for glasses. Initially, I was going to get these glasses that were translucent, so the frames were going to be just basically transparent like that. But then when I sent a picture to my mom just immediately said, no, you're not getting that one. And I was like, okay. And then when I was looking further, someone in the store just said, hey, try this out. And I was, whoa. I was like, wow, what is this? It felt so light. And she said, oh, this part is 3D printed and all this. And I thought, oh, wow, that is really cool. But, you know, yeah, it's been awesome. Even the nose pads are still, you know, awesome, right? To me, at least, I can still see that. I mean, yeah. And what I like, again, is that even this part is also screwless, right? When I take a look at that. Now, in case someone knows what model this is, like in the middle of this part right here, like in the inside part of this, it does say, I believe, D195. But I tried searching it up online, I couldn't find it at all. But yeah, the most comparable, you know, model that I found was the Hayden. And yeah, I just like it overall. And I like this, again, this Atlantic blue, this sort of deep blue type of color. I just love it overall. You know, I just think that it works well with a lot of outfits, because some other glasses out there, like they are suited for like kind of one occasion, right? Sometimes they're very trendy, sometimes they look very kind of cool or interesting, and sometimes, you know, that's okay for a certain occasion. But I feel like this one is very kind of, you know, sort of all purpose for me. Like for instance, hanging out with friends, you know, let's say also if it's a meeting or something like that, it's still cool nonetheless, because I just think it fits all occasions. It just has this timeless design personally for me, right? That's just my perspective. And I like this overall. Now I also use this all the time when I'm driving, because again, when I see like close, I can see it, but I can't really see far. It becomes a little bit blurry, so yeah, I have to use glasses. You know, it's just something that I find really awesome overall. And again, almost 10 years at this point, still works as if it's kind of basically new. I mean, I just find that very impressive. I find it very awesome for me that I ended up choosing this, because there was a bunch of options, right? And at that time, it was like my first time getting glasses, so I didn't know which one to choose. So I'm so glad that, again, I was recommended this. It was so awesome, and yeah, I just like it overall. And also, something that I saw in the site as well, they see how 98% of raw material is reused, because in this section, they talk about how 98% of the excess raw material powder used for 3D printing is reused. So it's pretty kind of interesting for me to see, right? Because again, that's pretty awesome. Again, that, you know, reused material I think could be very fantastic, you know, making potentially new glasses. And also what I found pretty interesting is that when I just wear these glasses, right, when I just take a look at it from the outside, like there's no visible branding that I can see. And I like that. It's very minimalistic. I really like that type of design. You know, some of my friends out there, they like to have their glasses with their brand just put on the side or something like that. But I kind of like this. You know, I like the clean look, the clean aesthetic of the glasses. It doesn't have any brands or anything like that from the outside that I can see, at least. So I do like that. Again, it just really is my style. That's the way to take a look at it. So yeah, I really like that as well. And I kind of like, you know, that 3D printing technology. I just kind of like all that type of stuff. So this right here is just interesting for me overall. I really, really do like it. And yeah, it just feels so lightweight. Like, it almost feels like kind of almost nothing, I guess. I mean, it is something, you know, but I think you kind of get what I mean, right? It just feels so light. Like, it feels literally like I don't even feel it. Again, just very lightweight. And I just wanted to make this video real quick because I didn't find that many videos about people talking about Monoqool, right? And it's spelled like Monoqool, but then instead of the C, it's the Q, so it's like Monoqool, but again, it's kind of like Monoqool. But yeah, besides that point, I just didn't see too many people talking about this, so I just thought it's pretty cool. You know, I have this, right? So I thought I might as well just talk about it real quick. And yeah, you know, I just really like these pair of glasses. I love it. If I was to give it a rating, personally for me, I can't speak on anyone's behalf, I would have to say 10 out of 10. Just absolutely fantastic. Has been working so amazing. You know, yeah, that's the way I take a look at it. So just love it overall. And you know, it's been Lee the Captain. Just wanted to make this video real quick and just kind of also at the same time make a vlog and kind of talk about, you know, some of the, I would say, fashion items that I use. Would I consider this a fashion item? Yeah, I would actually consider that, personally for me. So yeah, I just wanted to make that video real quick. Just talk about kind of the design of this, which I do really love. So yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. It's been Lee the Captain. I'm out. Peace. Bye.